Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I'm Lorraine Tierney, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire, and I love to make cards. I love to share cards, I love to make cards, and I like to help other people make cards. So I try to come on and do a live once or twice a week to show you um, just how much you can do with cards and how much fun you can have. Some very easy cards, some easy techniques, and then sometimes some that are a little bit more involved. Tonight we're going to do a technique that involves some masking and some color blocking, and we'll do a little ink blending. So I'm going to switch over my camera. I do want to say it's Sunday night, June 16th, 2024. Just in case you're watching this a lot later, you'll know when it was made. And I'd love it if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you would say hi, say hello, let me know you're here and that I'm not talking to myself. If you're catching the replay, let me know that too. And I love if you offer opinions, if I ask about colors of things or questions. I'd love it if you'd answer and converse with me a little bit. Okay? Thanks so much. I'm going to switch my camera over and we will get started. Let's go like this. So this masking paper isn't stuck down yet, but those are strips of masking paper. And the Stampin' Up! Masking paper comes like this. You get 12 sheets for about $7. And I just want to show you where you would find that in the catalog. So you would find the masking paper listed under paper and packaging in the index, and it's on page 124. And let's see, where is it? Masking paper. So it's under this make a scene. So you have to look for it a little bit on here, and they're showing you how to do a couple of other masking techniques on these two pages. But there's the number. The other way you can always find things is by typing it into the search bar on our stampinup.com page. I'm also going to use the sponge daubers today, and those are on page 88. And you get 5 daubers for $7.50. Those are these little things that go on your finger, and you can do some coloring with them. All right, we're going to use both of those things today. Okay, so I have cut some of this masking paper to about 1/4 of an inch, and I want to block off a spot. I'm going to block off a bunch of spots, but one of them is going to be for this sentiment. So I measured about how much space I'd like this sentiment to have, and I've blocked it off on this piece of paper. And I'm going to try to center it pretty much. So I know that it's right there, but I did not make these lines where I want it to end come out far enough so I can see them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to put my paper right about there, and I know that my sentiment is going to go in there. Okay. So now I'm going to try to peel this paper apart. It has a release paper on the back, comes off pretty easily, and this top part is sticky. I am going to put it on my pants 1 time or 2 times and just get a little bit of stickiness off before I lay it across my paper right about where I have those lines coming out, because I'm trying to block off a piece right here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a bigger piece of the masking paper as well, because I don't want to get any color in there. But first I'm going to take off another strip, and here's my line. I'm going to go across like that. Here's another one. I hope that you were able to have a nice day today. We had a beautiful sunny day here and celebrated my son-in-law and my husband as fathers a little bit. I hope that you might have been able to celebrate with somebody, and if not, I hope it was a pleasant day filled with good memories. I know they're not always easy, these holidays. We celebrate them without all of our loved ones around also, and that can be difficult. All right, and now I feel like this space is too big. I want to break it up with more colors, so I'm going to put this in here as well, but I don't want it to come into this space. Okay, so now I'm going to put that extra piece right there, and I'm going to put this piece. I didn't cut it all that well, but just to mostly cover that up right there, and I'll have to be careful I don't go in there. So I'm going to use some nice bright summery colors tonight. I have Poppy Parade, Peach Pie, one of the new in colors. Here are how your sponge daubers come in a package, 5 in a package. I'm going to take out a new one for my Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to use these to put some ink on. And I'm going to use this so that I don't put my fingers in the ink, and so that I don't get too much where I don't want it. So I think I'll start with a little bit of the Poppy Parade. I seem to have something on top of here. Maybe some adhesive, a little ball of adhesive. Okay. So I'm going to ink that up. Okay. And I'm going to cover up some other spots and lightly blend some color there. And I'm not going for even coverage. I'm just going for some color. And I'm going for some variation in color. I do try to stamp off a little bit, because you can get a really dark little dab, that first one down. Try to smooth that out just a tad. Okay, so there's some Poppy Parade, some red. Let's do a little Daffodil Delight next. Go for some yellow. I'll go down here. And this one's a little bit lighter to begin with. Okay, that might be a tricky space to stamp in. I wasn't really thinking about how small that was going to be. I wonder if I should. I'm going to try to do something here. I'm going to try to go a little bit bigger. I need to get some scissors to cut that off. I'm going to make this space here a little bigger. Okay. So I think I'll do this other one a little more Daffodil Delight, or yellow. Okay, and then we'll do some peach pie. So I had company most of the week and all weekend. I had my husband's sister here for a couple of days, and then brother and sister-in-law, and we've had a blast, and we've been doing all kinds of things, and I have not gotten down here into my room very much, and I didn't have a chance to test this out, so I'm just winging it, and we'll see. It may be one of those ones I'm sorry I've posted. Okay, so there we go. So I think that is enough ink blending, although I may try just a little smoother in here. Okay, now I'm going to leave my masking paper down, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. And this is a bundle I've really been enjoying lately. This is the Sketched Butterflies bundle. I love this. It has some great sentiments, lots of butterflies, and it has dies that cut out the butterflies as well as additional butterflies. This is, whoops, this is part of the 3 attached butterflies, but I have cut them apart. So we're going to use some of these butterflies on this card. Pardon me for reaching. Okay, so let's see. This stamp, I always wonder which way it's going to go. So I know that they put it on the cover in the correct orientation. So I just lined it up on the cover the same way, and now I'm going to pick it up with my block. And I'm going to grab some, I think I'm going to grab Smoky Slate and see how dark this comes out. I have a little bit of scrap paper here, and see if this is going to, I think it will be dark enough. That's a little light to show up in there. So let me get my basic gray. I just want to go a tad softer than black. So when I want that, I do basic gray. So I'm going to try to put these right there. Ah, beautiful. And whoops, I need this open. Let's get another butterfly. I have one that's flying this way. So I think I would want it to be flying above my sentiment. It's not going to totally fit on here, but I'm going to go with it and let it be stamped off a little bit. And let's see what else we have. I'm going to get this butterfly. I think I'll put him down here. I'm going to have him flying in the other direction. I want to make sure that I'm not getting any ink into where my sentiment is going to go. So I'm covering that up a little bit extra even. And then I think I'll take the larger one, not the largest, but this one is a little bit larger. Boy, it was really stuck to my stamp case. There we go. So I'm going to take this one and stamp it in here. So it's like they're all swirling around what's going to be the sentiment. And let's do, I need a little something down there. I think I'll ink up just this top one here. Do that one there. And maybe another one. I need to Make sure I don't get any ink where I don't want it. Another one right there. And maybe one last one. Okay. So now we're going to do the big reveal. And I'm going to take my masking paper off. This is the last piece I put on. Oh, let me close this ink pad. Last piece I put on over here. So I'm going to carefully, and I'm staying really low to the paper. Comes off a little cleaner when you do that. Okay, there's that one. And then this big piece. I hope I remembered to put this big piece on my pants. I'm going slowly and staying really low. There we go. I have another little piece here. Okay. And this one. Now we'll go across with this big one. I'm just pulling slowly and gently. I left a little paper behind right there. There we go. I can use my fingernail and just pull that off. Okay, now we'll get this bigger one. Oops. Yeah, that came apart also. But maybe I can get it going that way. There you go. So now I have some color blocking there. Hi, Martha. I hope you will give it a try. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Mal. So now I'm going to put my sentiment in there, and I may end up with too big a space there. But I think that's going to be it. I'm not sure. I think it would be, if I tried to add more coloring or another space, I feel like there's too much potential to make it worse. So my space is a little bit big for my sentiment. I'm trying to see which way. The writing isn't necessarily even. So I guess if I get the U even, the rest of it will be okay. So thinking of you. I really want to put another little triangle right there, but I don't dare. So instead, do we have a tiny, do I have a little, I do have one of these little butterflies. I am going to clean off these smaller butterflies really well. These. And I'm going to do a little mask or a post-it note masking on my stamp set because I want that center butterfly. So I'm trying to get some sticky stuff, and I'm going to cover all these other ones and ink up that center butterfly. I could also use, you know, that would make a lot more sense. I can just use a marker because I have a basic gray marker, not a blend, but the thinner marker. Yes, bling, that's a great idea too. I may do both. I'm going to use my marker to just ink up one stamp so that I can put that right there. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. I love that. Okay, so now I'm thinking I will put that on a black mat. I might trim that mat so that it's 1/8 of an inch rather than 1/4. But what color card base should I put it on? Should it be Peach Pie? Should it be Poppy Parade? Or should it be Daffodil Delight? What do you guys think? I'm going to trim this down a little bit. And you tell me what color you think for a card base. So I'm going to trim this to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I'm taking 1/8 of an inch off the length and 1/8 of an inch off the width. So I like to put it on black. I'm going to mat it on the black, but what color card base should it be on? I was afraid a black card base would be too much black. But what do you think? I have a peach or a poppy? A poppy. Poppy is what I was thinking it would be. So there's the poppy. Let's look one more time. There's the Daffodil Delight. And here is the peach. I think the poppy has the most pop. Has a good amount of contrast there. So let's score this. This doesn't look 5 1/2. It is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I'm scoring it at 4 1/4. I've been trying to remember to make my landscape cards with the paper cut the long way and the fold over here. And I forgot tonight because sometimes these don't stand up as well. Do we need a little ribbon around that before I put that down? Let's take a peek. I have some iridescent striped ribbon. I could put some of this. I don't know, that's kind of thick. Oh, I think I know. What about this checked ribbon? What do you think of that one? Hi, Cheryl. You like the poppy too? Oh, I'm glad. I think I'm going to tie a bow with this one. See if I can do it leaving it on the spool. And I'm trying to put my bow pretty close to where all those lines intersect. Let's get the twist out of that. Now, sometimes, okay, so now I can move this over a little because I don't really want to cover up my sentiment. Sometimes the back of your ribbon is a little bit too loose. You can always stretch it and put a piece of Scotch tape or a piece of snail like that just to tighten it up. I may slide that back a little bit after I trim this. Maybe those need to be just a little smaller. Okay, let's trim those. The smoky slate or basic gray really looks almost black on here, so I think it goes nicely with the ribbon. I would like to encourage these tails to come this way. And I'm going to slide it over. So I'm going to make it bow just a little so I can slide it. And I think I'll put a glue dot under there to hold that in place. It does cover up that little butterfly a bit, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Okay, let's get a glue dot. And put a glue dot right under here. There we go. That might be a little bit too low. There. And we are going to need some bling. I think I'm going to pop that up a little bit on there. I have some edges of dimensionals over here, which would be good for that. Go all the way across. I have one right there. I thought these were great summer colors. Nice and bright. I feel like summer has started around here. My grandson is out of preschool, off to kindergarten in the fall, and it's just been so nice. I get to see him a little more, so that's always a good thing. And let's just put a couple in the center because I don't like the center to cave in. Okay. Whew. That's a bunch of dimensions. Okay, so there's the front of that. I'm going to grab some of these sequins. What are these? Adhesive backed shiny sequins. There's yellow, and I don't think these are peach pie because they were out before peach pie was in color, but they certainly will match okay with peach pie. I'm going to put a couple down there. And oh, I got two. I'll put one up here. And I think that will be it on the front with the ribbon. And now I need a piece of white for the inside. And I didn't look at what these sentiments say. I did thinking of you on the front. And then I could say, hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. You brighten up so many of my days, or wishing you a beautiful birthday. I'm not really sure. I don't have somebody in mind to send this to right now. So I think I will just stamp a butterfly, maybe in the center up here, and not put a sentiment in just yet. Okay, let's just go right there. And I'll have a butterfly there in place of a sentiment. Because I have some ink left, some yellow, maybe I'll just do a little yellow Well, I'm going to need some ink. A little yellow on the top of the butterfly. Just a tad. Here we go. And a little peach pie on the bottom. And blend it all together a little bit. It's a little bigger than the butterfly, but that's okay. And it kind of ties it in with the front. And we'll put that right in there. I got something on it. And then I think we'll call it a card. I love that checked ribbon. I think it's the checked and very vanilla ribbon that's still available, but honestly, I think I have a roll of both the checked and white and the checked and very vanilla, and I can hardly tell the difference. So there is a card with an ink blocking or color blocking technique. We blocked off and did different colors. I hope it's something you'll give a try. You just need a little bit of masking paper and you'll be able to do that. Let's switch views again, and then I will switch over to that one. So it's easy to try. I think you'll like it. You can use any colors, any stamp sets that you have. And don't forget that there is a bundle sale going on right now. So it's 10% off all of the stamp and die bundles. There are several that are not available right now, but keep watching. Some are due back around June 20th, I think. Others are on low inventory. So rather than waiting to order until some are back, if they have some in stock now that you want, I would recommend ordering them now. It's such a good deal to get an extra 10% off that we're selling a lot of the bundles, and I'd hate for you to be disappointed. If there's anything else I can help you with for making a card, I would love to help. If you have an idea of a technique you'd like to see demonstrated or a card you wonder how it's made, I'd be happy to help you with that too. So have a great Sunday night, and I'll see you here on Facebook soon. All right. Bye-bye now.